Like, what are
Sure.
your tips on studying for data structures and algorithms?
Number one, I would say is you got to just do the problems, but learn foundationally the patterns to the problems first before trying to just do 1,000 different problems. One technique is to just do 1,000 problems on Leetcode, and then somehow you will learn the patterns to it. Eventually, you do enough problems, you'll start to see there's commonality to the solutions. But one thing that really helped boost me was I got this tool, and it's not a plug for them. I don't, have any ties with them, but AlgoMonster.
Right.
What they do is they boil down the problems into concepts, and they rank the patterns in order of importance as far as how much they show up in interviews. And so they give you like an ROI, a return on investment, on if you learn two-pointer pattern or the binary search pattern.
Versus,
Right. And so then they teach you the concept first, and then they send you through a bunch of problems, and then you can use Leetcode to kind of reinforce what you've learned as far as the pattern. You can go on Leetcode and search some of the problems by the pattern type. And so that really helped me, because then I had, instead of trying to focus on memorizing a million problems, you're focused on memorizing maybe like 10 to 15 patterns that you can reuse on all of those problems. The hard ones may be like 3 of those things hooked together. You need to do breadth first search in order to, but first you need to do a binary search. You end up adding stuff together that creates
and
a
it starts
hard problem.
making sense.
So
Okay.
I just recommend that, but really the best tool is the one that motivates you. And that was the one I used, like a bunch of them, and that was the one that was like, okay, this junk is starting to make sense. Like, I'm getting better at these somehow. I got back out where I started interviewing again, and I was like, I need to know these things. I know the concepts behind them. I've done the day-to-day work, but these are a little bit different. They're more like quizzy, for better lack of an expression.
Yeah.
And so you really,
And that,
you have to practice them.
and I think that's a very common theme. It's like you're going to continuously see these patterns just reworded differently and in different problem examples, but it's all just like the same.
Yeah, because then you had these tools that even if you get in an interview and you haven't seen the problem before, the interviewer is gonna try to help you. But if you can have those patterns in mind, then you can go through this mental list of, can I put depth first search on this? Is this, binary search, or should I be doing two pointers? Should I be using two pointers to do this? Should I use sliding window technique? You can just run through those, and sometimes that'll give you like, oh, I can use this on that. Or sometimes the interviewer, you can just talk through it with the interviewer and say, well, I wonder if I should use sliding window, and they might say, I think that's a good idea. They might give you a little cheesy hint,
Pointer,
but yeah, it helps.